Welcome back, everyone. If you're a creator, a data nerd, or honestly, just someone who loves geeking out over how platforms work behind the scenes, you are in the exact right place. Today on our Explainer, we're tackling a topic that literally causes unnecessary headaches for creators everywhere. We are going to unlock the hidden secrets of YouTube analytics data so you can finally make complete sense of your dashboard. So picture this. You've just spent hours editing a video, right? You push it live, you obsessively open up your YouTube studio to see who's watching, and bam, you're hit with this frustrating gray text, not enough data, or maybe limited data. Did your stomach drop? Did you immediately think, oh no, my channel's broken, or the algorithm absolutely shadow banned me? Look, I want to validate that anxiety right now because it happens to almost everyone. But seriously, take a breath because your channel is perfectly fine. Okay, let's dive into this. What actually is limited data? Well, first off, it's definitely not a glitch. It's a built-in YouTube feature that intentionally hides specific reports when your data is just too low. Why do they do this? It all comes down to ensuring viewer privacy and statistical accuracy. So the big takeaway here is that this isn't a creator problem. It's not a penalty. It's actually a super robust viewer privacy feature, and it's working exactly as intended to protect the people watching your stuff. All right, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover what limited data actually is. Second, why YouTube hides it. Third, when exactly it gets hidden. Fourth, we'll look at total versus rows. And finally, number 5, how to actually fix it. So, jumping right into part 1, what is limited data? Imagine your newest video only has, say, 25 views. If you go checking the age and gender report, YouTube is going to throw up a brick wall that says not enough demographic data. Think about it. If they gave you the exact ages and genders for just 25 people, you could probably figure out exactly who they are. It's a massive privacy risk. But once that same video hits a high view count, the system knows those individuals are safely anonymized in the crowd, and boom, your metrics become fully visible. Moving on to part 2. Why exactly does YouTube hide this data? Well, beyond just having a low view count on a single video, there are 3 main culprits that trigger these privacy protections across your whole channel. First up, brand new channels. I mean, if you just launched, you simply don't have the historical data mass required yet. Second, made for kids content. This one is huge. Children's privacy is highly protected online, for good reason, so audience data here is strictly limited by default. And third, community guidelines violations. If your channel breaks the rules, YouTube is going to restrict certain analytics access. It's basically the platform's way of keeping the whole ecosystem safe. Okay, part 3. When is it hidden? Let's look at some common triggers. Using a really short time frame is probably the most common mistake I see. If you select the last 7 days filter and you only got 15 views in that specific week, the data is going to be hidden. However, if you just switch that exact same report over to lifetime or total views, suddenly you cross that data threshold and the report is totally visible. The data was always there the whole time, you just zoomed in a bit too close. And honestly, it's the exact same story with filters. If you filter your geography report strictly for a country like, say, Nepal, where you only have 3 views, the system hides the data to protect those 3 specific individuals. Or, similarly, if you apply a filter for female viewers, but your audience heavily skews male and you only have a tiny handful of women watching, that demographic report is going to vanish too. Basically, hyper-specific filters are the ultimate enemy of data visibility when your overall numbers are on the smaller side. Let's rapid fire through a few other really common triggers. For search terms, if you have 90 different keywords that only brought in 1 view each, YouTube hides them. They're only going to show you the top performers. For external URLs, if Facebook brings you 1,000 clicks, you're definitely going to see it. But if a random blog brings you exactly 1 click, hidden. And finally, privacy settings. If your video is set to private or unlisted, YouTube blocks all demographic data completely. And that applies no matter how many views it has. Oh, and check out this super surprising fact. Your real-time report, that highly addictive view showing the last 60 minutes, it will happily show you your live view count. But it will absolutely never show you the viewer's country. No exceptions. It's a hard-coded automatic privacy rule specifically for live data. Now, what's really interesting about this next part, Section 4, total versus rows, let's solve this math mystery. 400. Imagine you're looking at your dashboard and the math just doesn't seem to add up. You have 400 views that seemingly evaporated into thin air. Where in the world did they go? Well, here's the answer. Say your total views are 10,000, But when you manually add up the specific views from India, the USA, the UK, and Canada, what we call the sum of the rows, it only equals 9,600. So again, where are those other 400? The truth is, they aren't missing at all. They came from dozens of other smaller countries with traffic that's just too low to safely display without violating someone's privacy. So YouTube hides them from those individual rows, but it still accurately counts them in your grand total. Your views are totally safe, I promise. But here is a really crucial Google policy exception that every creator absolutely needs to know. While views by geography might be hidden for privacy, your revenue by geography is never limited. If a viewer from a country with literally only one view clicks an ad and generates money, that country is still going to show up in your revenue report. Because hey, when it comes to your money, Google is always going to show you the receipts. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Section 5. How to unlock your data and actually fix this. At the end of the day, time and momentum are your absolute best solutions here. Let's look at a hypothetical Google Gemini tutorial. In week 1, you upload it. It gets a modest 150 views and 12 subscribers. Because of everything we've talked about today, the age and gender reports are completely hidden. But flash forward to month 1. The video catches the algorithm. It takes off, hitting 18,000 views and 650 subs. Suddenly, demographics, countries, and top keywords are fully unlocked. And this brilliantly illustrates how channel growth naturally shatters that limited data wall. Now, if you want to fix your current dashboard right this second, follow these 3 concrete steps. Step 1, select a much larger time range. Stop looking at just 7 days. Switch it to the last 90 days or even lifetime. Step 2, remove those hyper-specific filters. Clear out the specific gender, country, or age toggles to just let the broader data pool show up. And step 3, simply keep growing your channel. Focus on getting more views, getting more watch time. I promise you, the data is going to follow the traffic. Consider this your ultimate troubleshooting guide, so maybe take a mental snapshot of these rules for later. Low views? It just means not enough data. Short date range? Widen it out. Specific filters? You're targeting too small of a group. Private or kids video? Strict privacy rules apply there. Tiny external searches? Those one-click blogs are always going to stay hidden. If you keep this basic structure in mind, you are literally never going to panic at a blank analytics screen again. We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, but I really want to leave you with this final thought. Limited data isn't a penalty. It is literally just the starting line. Every massive channel on YouTube started exactly where you are right now, staring at hidden data, just waiting for the breakout. The protections are there to keep the viewers safe until your audience is big enough to actually be a crowd. So keep creating, keep pushing, and ask yourself, what will your data reveal when you finally cross that starting line? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.